You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't bring yourself to do it. Hours pass, days slip by, and there's still no movement on that task. But what if I told you that the problem isn't your motivation, but your mindset? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a simple shift that will force you to take action even when you don't want to. Because if you don't change now, you'll watch your potential slip through your fingers. The power of action. There is a fundamental misunderstanding about success, which is that you must have inspiration or motivation before you can take action. This is a fatal misconception. Success doesn't come to those who wait for motivation to come, but to those who can keep taking action regardless of their emotions. The simple truth is that motivation comes from action. It's not a prerequisite for action, but a result of action. Many people believe that they have to be ready before they can embark on the journey to success. They wait for that perfect opportunity, the so-called right moment. The opportunity, the burst of inspiration, or the perfect moment may never come, and people's hesitation to wait for these is the root cause of most people's failure to achieve their goals. However, truly successful people don't operate this way. They understand that action precedes progress. When they take the first step, the path ahead gradually becomes clear. Each action reveals opportunities and insights that were previously hidden by inaction. There was a young man who longed for financial success, but was trapped by his hesitation. He kept learning and preparing plans, but never really put them into practice. He kept waiting for inspiration to come, thinking that only then would he have the confidence to move forward. But the fact is that confidence is not a prerequisite for action, but a result of action. People cannot think their way to success, they must achieve it through action. History is full of great people who dared to act decisively in the face of uncertainty. Thomas Edison did not wait for inspiration to come to perfect the light bulb. He persisted in experimenting and failed again and again until he succeeded. Henry Ford did not wait for the automobile industry to be profitable before entering. He set out with faith and eventually reshaped the world. The most remarkable trait of these people is not how much motivation they have, but the courage to act even when they are not motivated. When a person takes action, he has a real connection with reality, which cannot be given by pure thinking. He can see what works, what does not work, and what needs to be adjusted. Each step you take removes a bit of doubt and replaces it with knowledge. Those who wait until they feel something before they start, on the other hand, will only stagnate, trapped in a web of overthinking and self-doubt. The hardest step is always the first one. Whether it is starting a business, growing a business, or anything else, you will feel strong resistance at the beginning. But once you break through this point, inertia will take over your motivation to move forward. Your mind will give you clarity and determination because of your actions, and things that once seemed impossible will begin to become logical. Just like a salesman who is full of fear before making the first call, but when he forces himself to dial the number, a miracle happens. The fear subsides, the confidence grows, and each change is easier than the previous one. He did not wait for motivation to act, but acted first, and motivation followed. This principle is universal. Entrepreneurs start businesses in uncertainty. Writers start writing when inspiration has not yet come to them, and speakers dare to go on stage even when they are nervous. They succeed not because they are ready, but because they do not let inaction determine their fate. The road to success is not illuminated by motivation, but opened up by self-disciplined action. Those who truly grasp this truth know that waiting is the biggest enemy of progress. Whether they feel it or not, they will act, because they know that motivation will always catch up with those who have already moved. Overcome fear and doubt. Fear is the natural enemy of progress. It guards the door of every great goal like a shadow, whispering in our ears, "What if I fail? What if I am not good enough?" It quietly plants the seeds of hesitation in our hearts. But the truth is, fear is a liar. Most of the things we worry about will never happen. Even if they do happen, what will happen? Failure is not the end. It is just a stepping stone on the road to success. The people you admire have failed more times than they can count. What is the difference between them and those who are paralyzed by fear? They keep moving forward. They refuse to let fear dominate their behavior, and they understand that progress comes from action, not endless thinking. The first step is always the hardest, but also the most critical. Even if your heart is full of fear, just taking that step is enough to distinguish dreamers from achievers. As you approach fear, it shrinks. Fear grows in the unknown. The longer you hesitate, the stronger it becomes. But once you start to act, its grip begins to weaken. That's because courage is not the absence of fear, but moving forward despite fear. Think about the worst-case scenario. Can you handle it? The answer is almost always yes. Humans are far more resilient than we think. Most failures are recoverable, and most mistakes can be corrected. Even if things do go to the worst, the experience will still teach you valuable lessons that will become the foundation for your future success. Fear feeds on hesitation. The longer you delay, the more powerful it becomes. So, procrastination is fear's best ally. Your brain exaggerates the consequences of failure and makes them seem insurmountable. But the only way to defeat fear is to take action now. Action is the foundation of fear, and even small, sustained actions can slowly dissolve it. Every step forward, no matter how small, will break the illusion of fear a little bit. Think of fear as a seemingly insurmountable wall. From a distance, it seems daunting. But as you get closer, you start to see cracks in the wall, and the moment you actually start to climb, you realize that the wall isn't as high as you thought it was. Fear is like that. It tricks you into thinking that moving forward is impossible, when in reality, the only thing standing in your way is your own inaction. Consider the story of Edwin C. Barnes, who longed to work with Thomas Edison, but had no money, no connections, no clear path, only a vision and an unwavering resolve. He could have let fear stop him, but he chose to act. He boarded a freight train and went straight to Edison's office, boldly announcing his intention to become Edison's partner. Although he was initially assigned to work as a regular job, he never gave up on that dream. When the opportunity arose a few years later, Barnes seized it and eventually became a major figure in Edison's career. His story illustrates the truth that when you confront fear with decisive action, fear loses its power. So how do we defeat fear? The answer is simple: face it head-on, and stop waiting for the so-called perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The only way to eliminate fear is to take action now. Break your goals into smaller steps and complete them step by step. With each small goal you complete, fear will retreat a little. The more times you face it, the less powerful it becomes. Before you know it, the things that once terrified you will become challenges you can easily handle. The truth is, fear only has the power to progress when you let it stop you. The biggest enemy is not failure, but the rejection that has never been tried. The choice is in your hands. Will you let fear determine your future, or will you take control of your life and move forward even though you are afraid? Your answer to this question will determine the direction of your life, so please make the right choice, choose action, and choose progress. 3. Destroy procrastination. How many times have you said to yourself, "I will start tomorrow," and how many times tomorrow has become next week, next month, or even next year? Unknowingly, time slips away quietly, leaving behind a pile of unfinished plans and wasted potential. The fact is that the perfect time you are waiting for does not exist at all. The sooner you accept this reality, the more you can truly control your life. Procrastination is a silent thief, disguised as preparation for perfectionism or the need for an ideal environment. You tell yourself, "I need more time, more knowledge, more confidence." But the longer you delay, the harder it is to get started. Every delay will reinforce the habit of inaction. The only solution is to take action immediately, even if it is messy, even if it is small. One imperfect action is far better than 100 perfect intentions. Start with the 5-minute rule and tell yourself, "I just need to focus on doing this." 5 minutes is that simple. No pressure, no need to think too much. Once you start, you will usually continue unconsciously. Momentum is very powerful. It can turn hesitation into progress. The hardest part of any task is always getting started, but as long as you break through the initial resistance, the rest of the process will become much easier. Self-discipline is the key. Today's world is full of distractions, social media, message reminders, and endless entertainment content. If you don't control your environment, the environment will control you. Set clear deadlines, break down large tasks into small tasks, and complete them step by step. Value continuity over perfection. A little bit of effort every day will eventually accumulate into amazing results. Success is not about doing something once in a while, but about showing up every day even when you don't feel like doing it. Accountability is your ally. Tell others your goals and record your progress. Write it down. When you make a commitment to yourself and others, you will build a sense of responsibility that makes it harder for you to give up easily. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not talent, but their willingness to choose to act without perfect emotions and perfect conditions. Your most precious resource is time. Every moment you waste can never be repeated. Every minute you wait for the right time is precious time you will lose forever. Your future is being shaped by your current choices. What you do or don't do, will you continue to wait or start to take control of your life? From today, the choice is in your hands. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. What you really have is only now. So stop waiting and stop planning endlessly. Even a small and imperfect start is far better than doing nothing. Action always beats procrastination. 4. Build self-discipline. Self-discipline is not forcing yourself to suffer, but training yourself to win. It is a mindset, a commitment to excellence, and a firm belief that you can stick to it. Every time you stick up for yourself, you prove that you can be trusted, and that trust builds confidence, which fuels success. True self-discipline is not about making yourself uncomfortable, but about constantly reinforcing the habits that lead to success. The more you can stick with the no's, the easier it will be in the future. The first time you face no's, it will be unbearable, and your brain will scream at you to stop and get back to your comfort zone. But if you can resist the urge and stick with it, even when it's hard, you'll begin to reshape your inner world, teaching your brain to meet challenges instead of running away from them. Over time, things that once seemed impossible will become familiar. You'll develop a kind of mental toughness that turns obstacles into stepping stones to success. Self-discipline is not about doing things when you want to do them, but about doing them when you need to do them. If you rely on motivation to drive you, you will be controlled by your emotions and lose control of your direction. Motivation is short-lived, and it comes and goes quickly. But self-discipline is different. It doesn't rely on your emotions or excitement. It is a conscious decision to take action regardless of your mood. You don't bargain with your feelings, you don't wait until you're ready to start, you don't make excuses for yourself, you just do it. You get up when the alarm goes off, you work when it's time to work, and you rise to the challenge when it's time to work. This ability to act beyond emotions is the difference between successful people and those who stop moving forward. Success is never based on momentary passion, but on continuous action. Anyone can be passionate about a goal for a day, a week, or even a month, but what if the novelty is gone? When the passion fades, will you still persist? This is when self-discipline takes over. Success does not rely on momentary feats or inspiration, but on being on time every day. Even if you don't feel like doing it today, you still do it. Persistence is the cornerstone of all greatness. Those who truly realize their dreams are not necessarily the most talented, but those who never give up. They keep moving forward when progress is slow, keep working hard when they are tired, and keep working silently when no one is paying attention. Self-discipline is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Like all muscles, it requires training, repetition, and effort. If you want to become more disciplined, start practicing self-discipline, starting with small things, getting up when you say you will, going on a trip when you promise, and completing things even when you don't feel like it. These seemingly insignificant acts of self-discipline will accumulate over time and eventually build a sense of self-integrity. You know you can trust yourself, and once you build that trust in yourself, your potential will expand infinitely. The greatest rewards in life always go to those who keep doing what they should do after the passion fades. Many people start something, but few stick with it. The world is full of people who are full of passion, start to act, but give up halfway because it gets hard. True self-discipline is endurance, choosing to continue when you don't want to, choosing to move forward when the path is unclear, and not giving up when nothing works out. Breakthroughs happen in these moments. And it is these moments that make you stand out and distance yourself from others. Self-discipline is the bridge between dreams and achievements. It is the silent force that takes you from now to the future you want to go. Without self-discipline, dreams are just fantasies. With self-discipline, everything is possible. Self-discipline is not a punishment, but a kind of understanding. It is the deepest self-respect and the highest level of self-love. It is the key to unlock your potential. Train yourself to win, and you will have no boundaries. 5. Use pain as fuel. Pain is a powerful teacher. It can destroy you or make you successful. This choice is only yours. When you face adversity, You have two options: either succumb to the weight of pain or rise from it stronger than before. Pain is inevitable, but growth is your choice. How you respond to challenges in life determines the direction of your future. You can let setbacks make you cynical, or you can let them become opportunities for you to become stronger. Every successful person has experienced rejection, loss, and failure. No one can reach the top without being hurt. The biggest difference between successful people and losers is that they don't let pain stop them from moving forward, but use pain as fuel to push themselves forward. Pain becomes their fire and forges a greater self. It makes the mind clearer, the spirit more determined, and the will more tenacious. When others fall, they stand up. The next time life knocks you down, don't stay on the ground. Stand up and be reborn with a renewed determination. Let pain push you to become stronger, sharper, and more determined. Growth is never comfortable, and that's why pain is so necessary. It forces you to evolve, pushes you past your limits, and shatters your illusions of comfort. The most profound lessons in life often come from struggle, not comfort. Pain carves wisdom into your soul and shapes the person you are destined to become. Not sowness is where transformation begins. When you are in pain, you are in transformation. It is in these moments that you must decide whether you will let the pain consume you or transform it into strength. Most people run away from pain, but wise people understand that pain isn't a lie. It is the power that pushes you forward when you have nothing else to fall back on. When you learn to embrace the hard times, you gain an advantage over those who avoid them. You become unshakable. Redefining pain as part of the process changes everything. You no longer fear it. You no longer see it as an enemy. You see it as a guide. Pain is not the end. It is the beginning of a greater journey. When you use pain as motivation, you will break through the limitations you set for yourself and tap into a greater potential that you never knew existed. You will become unstoppable. Think about the most resilient people in history. They all have one thing in common: they turned pain into strength. They faced rejection and turned it into memory. They experienced loss and turned it into deeper meaning. They encountered failure and turned it into a stepping stone to success. Pain became their teacher and shaped them into legends. You have that power too. You are far stronger than you think, but only if you are willing to embrace the struggle and not run away from it. Fire walks into you and lets it forge you, shape you, and make you a greater version of yourself. Every time you feel pain, remind yourself that this is where I transformed, this is where I grew, this is where I became who I really am. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in front of you, and you will experience those moments that are almost unbearable. But in these moments, remember that pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to reshape you. It is here to build you into someone who cannot be defeated. So when the storm comes, and it will come sooner or later, straighten your spine and face the pain. Don't be afraid. Don't back down. Embrace it. Use it. Turn it into fuel to propel you forward, because in the end, pain is not your enemy, but your greatest teacher. 6. Set clear goals. If you don't know where you are going, you will never get there. Life without goals is like sailing without a compass. You will only drift aimlessly and never truly reach your destination. Goals provide you with direction, meaning, and motivation to strive for. In this world full of distractions, they bring clarity and ensure that you are closer to the life you long for with every step. But it's not enough to just set goals. You have to define them precisely. Vague wishes like "I want to be successful" or "I want to be happy" lack the structure needed to achieve them. You should set clear, specific, and measurable goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? When do I want to achieve it? How will I measure my progress? The more specific you are, the easier it will be to map out a path forward. Once your goal is clear, break it down into actionable steps. A grand vision can feel overwhelming, but when you break it down into small, manageable tasks, it becomes achievable. Each step forward builds momentum, gradually turning what once seemed impossible into an inevitable reality. However, the most critical factor in achieving your goals is action. Without action, goals are nothing more than wishes, dreams that will fade with time. Take action every day, no matter how small, and sustained efforts will bring huge results over time. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the smartest, but those who never give up. A goal without a plan is just a wish. To turn a wish into an achievement, you must create a roadmap and write your goals down. This simple action strengthens your commitment and makes the goal clearer. Research shows that those who write down their goals are significantly more likely to achieve them. Once written down, break down your goals into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. This structured approach ensures steady progress and prevents procrastination. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Many people hesitate to take action because of fear of failure, but success is not about being impeccable, but about perseverance and focusing on progress rather than perfection. Learn from setbacks, adjust strategies, and keep moving forward. Growth comes from action, not hesitation. Accountability is another key element to achieving your goals. Be responsible for your progress, record your efforts, measure your results, and be honest about what works and what doesn't. Self-discipline and accountability are the watershed between doers and dreamers. If needed, find a monitoring partner, whether it is a mentor, friend, or coach, to help you stay on track. Small victories are worth celebrating, and every milestone you achieve is proof that you are on the right path. Recognition of progress can increase motivation and consolidate positive habits. Success is built up from small victories, not just the final achievement. Goals can bring clarity and direction, but only action can turn them into reality. Most people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they do not take action continuously. They hesitate, procrastinate, or give up when faced with challenges. Those who stick to it, execute their plans every day, and do not give up easily are the ones who ultimately succeed. So, clarify your goals, make good plans, and take action every day. Success is not a matter of luck, but the inevitable result of continuous efforts. If you refuse to give up, if you commit to progress, if you stay focused and self-disciplined, then success is no longer a possibility, but a necessity. 7. Build an unshakable mind. Your mindset is the cornerstone of everything you do. It determines whether you face challenges head-on or collapse under pressure. A fragile mindset is like a house built on sand. It cannot withstand wind and rain, is easily shaken, and collapses easily. A strong mindset is unshakable, can grow in adversity, and transform obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge is an opportunity, provided that you are willing to look at it in this way. 8. Life will test you. It will throw setbacks, failures, and unexpected difficulties in front of you. A fragile mindset will use these as reasons to give up and see them as evidence that success is out of reach. A strong mindset reframes these difficulties as lessons. When failure comes, it doesn't destroy you, it educates you. It reveals weaknesses that need strengthening and strategies that need improvement. Those who win in life are not those who never fail, but those who embrace failure, learn from it, and become stronger. Your mind is the architect of your reality. If you keep telling yourself "I can't do it," you create a self-fulfilling prophecy for failure. But when you believe in your ability to overcome difficulties, you will inspire hidden strength and resilience. The mind is a powerful force that shapes your behavior and determines your results. It all starts with what you choose to believe. A growth mindset is the secret weapon of achievers. He sees potential in every situation and believes that ability is not fixed, but can be continuously developed through effort and learning. People with this mindset are always improving, growing, and never satisfied with stopping. They welcome challenges because they know that struggle brings strength. Every difficulty is a tool for personal transformation. To strengthen your mindset, feed it the right thoughts. Just as a strong body needs nutrition, a strong mind needs positive influence. Surround yourself with positive people, read books that inspire you, and listen to voices that ignite your ambition. Be ruthless in cutting off the negative influences around you. The content you consume and the words you say to yourself will shape your mindset. If you allow toxic influences into your life, they will corrode your mindset and drain your potential. Success is not just about skills or talent. Many talented people fail because they lack the mindset to persevere. True success belongs to those who refuse to give up, those who keep moving forward despite obstacles, those who get up every time they fall and keep going, who will ultimately win. It is not the smartest or most talented person who succeeds, but the one who never gives up. When you develop a mindset that never surrenders, nothing can stop you. Challenges will arise, but they will not defeat you. Failures will occur, but they will not define you. Doubts will surface, but they will not control you. Because you have built a strong mental foundation, you can conquer anything. Mindset is everything. Train it, protect it, strengthen it, and then you will see your life transform in ways you never imagined. 9. Surround yourself with successful people, and you will become like the people you spend the most time with. This simple truth determines the trajectory of your growth, success, and happiness. The environment you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your mindset, habits, and choices. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and push you to grow, and you will inevitably rise. Humans are social animals and are deeply influenced by the energy, attitudes, and behaviors of those around them. If you surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable, you will naturally absorb their traits. These people will push you out of your comfort zone, force you to look at your limitations and exceed them. They expect more from you than you expect from yourself, and you will constantly improve in response to these expectations. Excellence is no longer a choice, it is the standard. Conversely, negativity, drama, and excuses are equally contagious. If you surround yourself with people who constantly complain, blame circumstances, or refuse to take responsibility for their actions, you will gradually assimilate to this mentality, and excuses will become normal, mediocre, and acceptable. Instead of striving for growth, you will start making excuses for inaction. This negative energy will become a heavy burden that prevents you from reaching your full potential. Your environment is a reflection of your future, and the people you interact with every day will either push your growth or stifle your ambitions. If you spend time with people who take action to solve problems and persevere, you will begin to exhibit the same qualities. Their energy, discipline, and mindset will rub off on you, and their unwavering belief in success will reinforce your belief in yourself. Energy is contagious, and every conversation, every experience, and every interaction will leave an imprint on your subconscious mind. Be careful when choosing. If you want to improve your life, you must first improve your circle. This requires you to actively seek out people who share your values and vision, and it also means decisively cutting off relationships that drain you, limit you, and trap you in old thinking patterns. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate growth is to find a mentor. Mentors are people who have walked the path of your dreams. They have the wisdom, experience, and knowledge to help you avoid detours. They will challenge your thinking, inspire you to a bigger picture, and provide navigation tools. Good mentors will not only teach you strategies for success, but also hold you accountable to execute them. In addition to mentors actively building relationships that push you to work harder and become stronger, these people will push you when you want to give up, remind you of your goals when you are lost, and celebrate with you when you succeed. Their presence is the catalyst for your transformation. They will point out when you make excuses, push you when you hesitate, and encourage you when you struggle. Your success is closely related to your inner circle. If your circle is composed of motivated, disciplined, and motivated people, you will naturally rise to their level. On the other hand, if you are surrounded by negativity, complacency, and mediocrity, your growth will be severely inhibited. Examine your relationships and find out which ones bring you value and which ones drain you. Decisively cut out toxic influences and actively cultivate meaningful connections. Life is too short to be held back by those who refuse to grow. Your potential is unlimited, but you must surround yourself with an environment that nourishes it. Choosing your circle is determining your future. Elevate your relationship level, and your life will rise with it. Time management. Time is your most precious resource. Every second that passes is time that can never be regained. However, many people squander this limited asset in trivial matters and distractions, not realizing that they are losing something irreversible. If you want to succeed, you must have complete control over how you use your time. Many people claim that they don't have enough time, but in fact they don't know how to manage time. Time is the most equitable resource in the world. Everyone has 24 hours a day. The difference between success and failure lies in how you use these little things. The most successful people in the world don't have more time than you do. They just use it more efficiently. The first step to mastering time is awareness. Record your daily activities and observe where your time is spent. You may be surprised to find how much time you waste on meaningless things. Identifying these time thieves is the key to taking back your time. Once you understand where your time is spent, You must decisively remove things that are not related to your goals and learn to say no to commitments that drain your energy and do not help you make progress. Many people schedule a full schedule to meet the needs of others instead of their own goals. Don't just react to the day, plan it proactively. Having a clear plan is the key to efficiency. Don't wake up in the morning and start thinking about what you will do today. Clarify your priorities the night before so that you know what to do immediately when you get up. Break down big goals into small daily tasks to ensure steady progress and avoid feeling too much pressure. Success is not about perfection, but about persistence and self-discipline. Excuses are the enemy of productivity. You can always find reasons to procrastinate, but these reasons will never get you closer to your goals. Make time for important things and delete unimportant things. Every minute wasted is a minute stolen from your future. Truly successful people never wait for perfect timing. They create timing by using their time wisely. Technology is convenient, but it is also one of the biggest sources of distraction. Aimless browsing of social media notifications can quietly devour you for hours. If you are often distracted, then set boundaries, limit screen time, turn off unnecessary notifications, and schedule time periods for focused work. Protecting your time from distractions is one of the most valuable habits. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are now and your ideal life. You must be responsible for your schedule, set deadlines for tasks, and more importantly, deliver on these commitments. Time is not only about efficiency, but also about meaning. Every moment is closer to your ideal life. When you control your time, you control your life. College is not about working hard, but working smart. The key is to know what is really important and focus on it. Success is not about IQ, luck, or talent, but how you use your time. Your future depends on how you use your time today. Stop making excuses and stop wasting time. Prioritize, make plans, and execute them accurately. The clock never stops. Make every second count. 11. Use failure as feedback. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is an integral part of the path to success. The most successful people in history have often experienced more failures than others, which makes their willful persistence and willingness to learn from failures make them stand out. Every failure hides a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and an opportunity to optimize strategy. But many people see failure as the end, as if it is a denial of their own abilities. In fact, failure is just feedback, a signal to prompt you to make adjustments. The real failure is giving up. Choosing to quit before extracting lessons from setbacks is the biggest waste. One of the reasons people fear failure is fear of being judged by others. Society always likes to praise success, but often ignores the struggles and falls behind success. This selective narrative makes people mistakenly believe that success is smooth sailing, making failure seem like an exception rather than the norm in the process. The fact is, failure is universal. Every great inventor, entrepreneur, artist, and leader has experienced setbacks. The difference lies in how they react, analyze, adjust, and persist in their failures. They do not regard failure as a shame, but as a testament to their efforts. Every fall is an opportunity to bounce back. Getting up from failure can cultivate resilience, which is a key quality required for long-term success. When we learn to accept and embrace failure, we become stronger, more flexible, and better able to cope with future challenges. Growth comes not from success, not from avoiding mistakes, but from learning from them. The more we fail, the faster we grow. This growth mindset can turn failure from an obstacle to a stepping stone. We need to train ourselves to see failure as an opportunity for self-improvement. Every failure teaches us something important about skills, strategies, and even self-knowledge. Every failure we experience is equivalent to increasing the chance of success a little bit. The key is to change the perspective of looking at failure. When we see failure as a necessary stage of progress, it can no longer discourage us. We are no longer paralyzed by setbacks, but use them as motivation. The faster we fail, the faster we learn, and the faster we succeed. Progress requires persistence, and persistence requires the courage to not give up after failure. History is full of examples of turning failure into success. Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked if he had failed, he said, "I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." If the most successful people have experienced countless failures, why should we fear them? Fear of failure stops people from trying, but those who see failure as a stepping stone to success will eventually achieve greater success. The road to success is not a straight line, but a series of peaks and valleys, setbacks and breakthroughs. The most important thing is, when we face failure, how do we react? Do we retreat, or adjust and keep moving forward? True success is not about never failing, but about never giving up. Those who achieve great things are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest, but those who refuse to be defeated by failure. They use failure as a teacher, as part of their process. So keep moving forward, keep improving, and use failure as feedback. Every failure is a step closer to success, making you stronger, smarter, and more resilient. The only real failure is giving up. Everything else is progress. The 12th moment of decision. Now you have a choice in front of you. You can continue to wait, hesitate, and make excuses, or you can decide to change everything from today. Today is the day you stop talking and start taking action. No more waiting, no more procrastination, just take action. Because only action can get you where you want to go. Success is not achieved by praying, fantasizing, or dreaming. It is a dream that is accumulated by dedication and persistence. If there is no action to support it, it will only be a fantasy. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right time, the perfect opportunity, or some kind of revelation, but waiting will not bring results. The only way out is to take the first step, no matter how small. From today, decide that I will no longer wait, no longer doubt myself, and no longer limit myself. In fact, there will never be a perfect time, and conditions will never be 100% ideal. Successful people are not those who wait until everything is perfect, but those who take action, even when they are uncertain, afraid, or even uncomfortable. Every successful person has made the decision to start at some point. They don't wait to have confidence to act, but build confidence in action. Confidence does not come out of thin air. It is accumulated little by little through action. Action creates momentum, and momentum drives progress. Even if you can only start with small steps, you must start. The longer you delay, the harder it is to start. Procrastination will not only delay success, it will kill it. Every day you wait is a wasted day, a day you could have used to get closer to your goal. Don't let hesitation rob you of your potential. Force yourself to take action, over excuses, doubts, and fears. Fear will always be there, but when you act in the face of fear, it loses its power. Awaken the power within you and realize that you are more powerful than you think. You have the power to change your life, rewrite your story, and create the future you desire, but it all starts with action. From this moment on, decide that I am unstoppable and commit to standing up for myself every day, no matter what I feel today. Motivation will come and go, but discipline and action will take you further. Your future depends on every decision you make now. The choices you make today will determine your life tomorrow. There is no magic formula, no shortcuts, only action, persistence, and determination. So don't wait, don't make excuses, start now. Your time is now.